Women of God, listen closely. You are powerful beyond measure, crafted by the Creator with precision and purpose. Your life carries a mission that no one else can fulfill. Yet understand this: the most sacred parts of your being must be protected, not because they are fragile, but because they are priceless. Your spirit, your heart, and your mind are treasures beyond value, and they deserve care and respect. First, guard your boundaries as if they were a fortress. Boundaries are more than just lines, they are shields for your heart, your mind, and your soul. The world does not deserve unlimited access to your thoughts, emotions, or your life story. When you give too much of yourself, you open the door to unnecessary opinions, judgments, and even manipulation. Respect begins with you. Know when to speak and when to hold back. Let silence become your power move. As C.S. Lewis once said, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we're disappointing others. Handle your emotions with care. Your heart is a treasure, but not everyone is worthy of holding it. While sharing and connecting with others is beautiful, not every moment requires an audience. Some battles are meant for your prayers, your wisdom, or the trusted few who genuinely care for you. When you expose your heart too quickly, you risk giving the wrong people influence over your peace. Protect your emotions, because not everyone is strong enough to carry them. Your struggles are not for public display. There are battles that no one else needs to know about, challenges meant to strengthen you in secret, shaping you into who you are meant to be. Sharing too much can turn your growth into gossip and your progress into someone else's entertainment. Let the lessons settle deeply in your soul before you speak of them. You don't always have to share the storm to show your strength. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, when the time is right, your victories will shine louder than any words. Women, you are the protectors of your own power. What you share, when you share it, and with whom, is entirely your choice. You were created with a mission, and that mission must be guarded with wisdom and strength. Protect the sacred parts of yourself. They are irreplaceable, and they are yours alone. Boundaries are not barriers, they are the invisible lines that safeguard your heart, mind, and soul. These lines are sacred. They uphold your dignity, your peace, and your identity in a world that often demands more than it gives. It is your responsibility to guard what makes you whole. Boundaries are acts of self-respect. They are not about shutting others out, but about defining how you allow them to engage with you. When you set boundaries, you are making a statement: I value myself, and I will not compromise my well-being to please others. Without them, you risk losing control of your life, allowing others to dictate your time, emotions, and even your sense of worth. Remember, every time you let someone overstep without consequence, you chip away at your sense of self. As C.S. Lewis said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, and boundaries are how you withhold that consent. Not everything about you needs to be shared. The world loves to tell women to be open, to give and give, until there is nothing left. But there is strength in silence. There is power in knowing what to keep sacred and what to share. Guarding your emotional and mental space is as vital as protecting your physical space. Discerning who has earned the right to access your thoughts and feelings is not selfish, it is wise. A woman who knows her worth is not afraid to say no. No to the things that disturb her peace. No to relationships or situations that demand too much and give too little. Saying no does not make you difficult, it makes you strong. When you maintain your boundaries, you remain rooted in who you are. You do not bend to fit someone else's mold. In doing so, you teach others how to treat you. As C.S. Lewis put it, how you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. Emotional vulnerability is a gift, but not everyone deserves it. To be vulnerable is to be human. It is to open your heart, trusting that it will not be mishandled. But not everyone who seeks access to your emotions has the wisdom or the intentions to honor them. Sharing your deepest thoughts, fears, and hopes is an act of trust that must be given with caution. Discernment is your shield. Know when to open up and when to hold back. Vulnerability does not mean laying your soul bare for anyone who asks. It means choosing wisely who you let into the sacred spaces of your heart. Some things require time, healing, and reflection before they can be shared. Protecting your emotions is not weakness, it is self-preservation. Your peace is your power, and boundaries are its guardians. When you protect your inner world, you give yourself the freedom to live authentically. You engage with others from a place of clarity and strength, not compromise. You honor your values and your needs unapologetically, and in doing so you thrive. Respect yourself enough to protect what is sacred, your peace, your emotions, your time. There is immense power in guarding your emotional vulnerability until the moment is right. When you open your heart too quickly, especially to someone who has not proven themselves worthy, you risk exposing yourself to unnecessary pain. Emotional vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a treasure, a gift to be shared with discernment. When shared with care, vulnerability builds deep, meaningful connections. But when shared recklessly, it can leave you feeling drained, misunderstood, or even betrayed. Protecting your heart is not fear, it is wisdom in action. Not everyone deserves access to your emotions. Some people lack the capacity to handle your feelings with care. Others may seek to manipulate or exploit your openness for their own benefit. Recognize this early. The right person, someone who has earned your trust, will respect the depth of your vulnerability. They will not rush you to share or diminish what you feel. Instead, they will hold space for you, offering empathy without judgment. There are times when your emotions are meant for your own reflection. Some feelings are sacred and need to be processed in silence. In these moments, you grow stronger, gaining clarity without the noise of outside opinions. This is not about shutting others out. It is about honoring your need to heal, to understand yourself, and to find peace before inviting others into your inner world. As C.S. Lewis says, vulnerability is not about winning or losing. It is about having the courage to show up when you cannot control the outcome. But showing up does not mean sharing everything with everyone. It means knowing when and with whom to share. Your personal struggles are not public currency. Life's battles are refining fires, shaping and strengthening you. But not every struggle is meant to be shared, and that is okay. Some battles are private, sacred spaces where resilience is forged in silence. When you overshare, you risk turning your pain into something for others to dissect, misunderstand, or judge. There is strength in privacy. In a world that glorifies transparency, there is wisdom in knowing when to hold back. Your struggles are not for the approval or validation of others. They are chapters in your story, and some pages are too valuable to be read by just anyone. You are the author of your life, and you decide who gets to read certain parts of your narrative. Your journey is sacred, and not every detail needs to be exposed to the world. When you guard your struggles, you give yourself the space to grow, to heal, and to emerge stronger. You allow the lessons to take root in your soul without interference. This is not about secrecy, it is about sovereignty. You own your story, and you have the right to decide how it unfolds and who gets to witness it. The most profound transformations often happen in private. The world sees the butterfly, but the cocoon is where the magic happens. Let your cocoon be a sacred space. Protect it fiercely and emerge when you are ready, in your time and on your terms. You are powerful beyond measure, and your strength is in your ability to guard what is sacred. Embrace your boundaries, cherish your emotions, and honor your journey. You are a woman of purpose, created with intention and destined for greatness. Let no one take that truth away from you. Meant to be read by you alone for now. Silence during these moments isn't weakness, it's the quiet work of healing and growth. When the time comes to share, you will do so with confidence and power, not seeking validation but offering truth on your own terms. By guarding your struggles, you grant yourself the freedom to navigate them authentically, free from the clouding pressure of outside opinions. Guard your heart, protect your battles, and honor your process. When you decide to share your emotions or struggles, let it be with those who have proven they deserve to hear your truth. Until then, hold your feelings close, process them with care, and let them strengthen and refine you, preparing you for the moment when you are ready to let them be known. There is dignity in holding your struggles close. While it is wise to seek support in moments of need, there is equal power in working through challenges privately. This is not about avoiding help or carrying unnecessary burdens. It is about recognizing that some battles are yours to face alone, not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to allow those struggles to refine you without outside influence. Discernment is essential. Know when to lean on others and when to rely on your faith, wisdom, and inner strength. Sharing every hardship may feel like a release, but not all struggles require validation. Some are lessons in disguise, calling you to discover your own resilience. What if your pain isn't about proving anything to the world, but about showing yourself what you are truly capable of? Do not let the behavior of others destroy your peace, as C.S. Lewis said. Protecting your peace sometimes, carrying your battles in silence until you have found the clarity and strength to move forward. Your struggles do not define you, they mold you. Keeping certain battles private does not mean you are hiding from them. It means you are honoring the sacred space where healing and growth take place. By choosing silence, you give yourself time to reflect, heal, and rise. Struggles are not meant to diminish you, they are meant to strengthen you. The fires of life may burn, but they also forge. When you emerge, you will not carry the weight of your struggles, you will carry the wisdom they leave behind. Growth thrives in quiet places. Healing in silence is not avoidance, it is preparation. In these moments, your faith is fortified, your character sharpened, and your perspective deepened. When the time comes, you will share your story not as a burden, but as a testament to your strength. Those stories will serve as lighthouses for others, but only when you are ready to tell them. Until then, protect the intimate process of becoming. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, the only journey is the one within. Your strength grows in those quiet spaces where you wrestle with pain and emerge with clarity and purpose. Now let us speak of your freedom, your financial independence. Financial independence is more than just income, it is power. It is the freedom to decide, the ability to create, and the security to stand on your own terms. It is not merely about earning, it is about managing, growing, and protecting what you have built. As a woman, financial independence is your safeguard, your confidence, and your tool to shape a future that belongs to you alone. When you control your finances, you control your choices. You are no longer bound by someone else's approval or dependent on their support. This autonomy is priceless. It grants you the ability to live life on your own terms, to pursue goals that align with your values, and to stand firm against external pressures. Financial independence requires strategy. It is about more than earning, it is about managing what you have with wisdom. Learn the balance of spending, saving, and investing. Recognize that every financial decision you make impacts your future. Build your stability not on what is convenient, but on what is lasting. Wealth is not just about numbers, it is about creating options, freedom, and peace of mind. Part of claiming your financial independence is understanding the power of discretion. Your income, savings, and investments are yours to manage, and you owe no one an explanation unless you choose to give it. In relationships, especially romantic ones, it is vital to protect your financial details. No one has the right to dictate your spending, control your assets, or make decisions on your behalf unless you trust them explicitly. Your financial independence is your shield. You may choose to share your goals or plans with those you love, but you are never obligated to disclose everything. Financial independence is your safeguard against vulnerability. When you stand on your own financially, you protect yourself from situations where dependency could lead to control, manipulation, or imbalance. Maintaining your autonomy ensures that your decisions come from a place of freedom, not necessity or pressure. This freedom empowers you to pursue your goals and live life on your terms without being influenced by someone else's financial agenda. As C.S. Lewis once said, there are people who have money and people who are rich. Financial independence is about far more than wealth. It is about owning your choices and living authentically. You are no longer at the mercy of someone else's choices. This clarity allows you to chase your dreams without fear of financial limitations. With independence comes the courage to take risks, seize opportunities, and walk confidently into your purpose, unshackled by monetary constraints. Your independence is not just for today, it is your legacy. Financial independence is about creating a foundation that lasts for generations. It is about laying the groundwork so that your children, grandchildren, or loved ones can have the same opportunities to succeed. When you manage your finances wisely, you leave behind more than wealth. You leave a legacy of wisdom, stability, and strength. You show others that with discipline and focus, any woman can achieve financial independence. At its heart, financial independence is empowerment. It is about having the freedom to make your own choices, to build a future that reflects your values, and to live life unapologetically on your terms. Protect this independence fiercely. Keep your financial matters private when necessary, and never let anyone pressure you into sharing what you are not ready to reveal. Standing firm in your financial independence is standing firm in your worth. While your past relationships and personal history shape you, they do not have to define your present or your future. Every woman carries a story, some chapters filled with triumph, others with heartache, and many with lessons. It is natural to reflect on the past, but wisdom lies in knowing that not every detail needs to be shared, especially in new relationships. The past is not a burden you must carry forward, it is a teacher you learn from and leave behind. Bringing unresolved past experiences into new relationships creates unnecessary weight. Unhealed wounds can cause you to project fears or insecurities onto someone who had no part in your history. A new partner should not bear the consequences of old pain. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, don't get lost in your pain. Know that one day it will become your strength. Your pain will become your cure. Carry this truth as you navigate relationships. Your past does not dictate your future, and your healing is a gift to yourself and those you care for. Sharing parts of your past with someone you trust can foster understanding, but there is a fine line between opening up and overexposing. Guard the most tender aspects of your history until the relationship has proven to be built on trust, respect, and a mutual readiness for deeper conversations. Revealing too much about past relationships can overshadow the beauty of what lies ahead. When the past is continually revisited, it creates an invisible comparison that deprives both you and your partner of the opportunity to fully embrace the present. Every person you meet deserves a chance to be seen, loved, and valued for who they are, not for how they measure against someone from your past. You owe it to yourself and your partner to begin with a clean slate. Past heartbreaks or mistakes have no place in forming the foundation of a new relationship. Let the present thrive without the power of the past dimming its potential. As C.S. wisely stated, I can be changed, but I've me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. There is an emotional cost to constantly revisiting old wounds. Not every part of your past is meant to be relived or retold. Certain experiences, no matter how healed they may seem, require time and sacred space to mend completely. Sharing these wounds too freely can lead to emotional exhaustion, not just for you but for those you share them with. Every person has their own emotional capacity and journey. While seeking support is valid, continuously opening the door to unprocessed pain can drain both you and those around you. Sometimes the most empowering choice is to keep certain aspects of your history private, allowing yourself the grace to heal before exposing those vulnerabilities. Your personal history is part of you, but it does not define you. The lessons from past relationships, when healed and processed, give you strength, wisdom, and clarity. They teach you who you were, who you are now, and who you aspire to become. True healing happens when you have made peace with the past, allowing it to shape you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. At that point, the past no longer controls you. You decide how much of it to share and with whom. There is self-respect in protecting the most intimate parts of your story. You are under no obligation to share everything, especially in the early stages of a relationship. Your personal experiences, whether painful mistakes or hard-earned victories, are yours to reveal on your terms. As C.S. Lewis once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." You have the power to decide what feels right and necessary to share, and you should never feel pressured to open up before you are ready. Your past is not your definition, it is your foundation. What you have been through has shaped you, but it does not dictate who you are today or where you are going. Keep certain parts of your history private until you feel ready to share them. Protect the integrity of your emotional space and let the past remain where it belongs behind you. In the end, your value lies in who you have become. Your strength is found in your ability to grow beyond the lessons and pain of the past. You are not obligated to explain, justify, or overshare your history with anyone. Instead, focus on creating a future that honors your growth and embraces the possibilities ahead. Let your peace and confidence speak louder than your past, for your worth has never been defined by where you have been. It is defined by who you are today. Your dreams are the fuel that propels you through life. They illuminate your path, providing direction and purpose. Understand this: there is power in keeping your vision close to your heart, especially when it is still fragile and new. Not every dream is meant to be shared, particularly in its early stages before it has had time to grow strong. Work hard in silence and let your success be your noise. As C.S. Lewis wisely said, "There is wisdom in nurturing your aspirations in private, allowing them to gain strength before exposing them to the opinions of others." Speaking too soon about your dreams risks diluting their essence with the doubts and critiques of others. Not everyone will understand your vision, especially if it is bold or unconventional. Some may dismiss it, criticize it, or attempt to steer you toward a more realistic path. Protecting your dreams is not about secrecy, it is about shielding them from negativity that could weaken your resolve. Dreams are delicate in their infancy. They require focus, care, and nurturing. When shared too widely, they can become fragmented, distorted by the conflicting views of others. Your vision is uniquely yours, born from the depths of who you are and what you are capable of achieving. By holding it close and sharing it only with those who truly support and understand you, you allow it to grow undisturbed. There is vulnerability in sharing your dreams. They are tied to your deepest hopes, making you open to judgment or ridicule. Not everyone will celebrate your aspirations, and their reactions can be discouraging. Protecting your vision is an act of strength. It allows you to pursue your goals without the interference of outside opinions clouding your judgment. "The best way to predict the future is to create it," said C.S. Lewis. This creation requires focus, faith, and the ability to have been when no one else sees the vision but you. If you share your dreams too early, you may find yourself explaining, justifying, or defending them instead of building them. This detracts from the energy you need to bring them to life. Let your actions be the loudest voice. Quietly lay the foundation and let the results speak for themselves. Your dreams are a reflection of your inner strength and potential. They are yours to protect, develop, and mold into reality. Not everyone will understand the sacrifices, challenges, or dedication required to make them come true, and that is perfectly fine. Your focus should remain on the work, not on gaining validation. When you protect your vision, you also protect your peace. You free yourself from unnecessary pressures and distractions, giving your dreams the space to grow and evolve naturally. The power of a dream lies not in how much you talk about it, but in the actions you take to bring it to life. When your dream has matured, when it has transformed from thought to reality, you can begin to share it with the world. By then, it will be deeply rooted in your purpose, unshaken by the opinions of others. Until that moment, guard it fiercely, cherish it, let it grow in silence. Your dreams, struggles, and emotions are sacred. They are not for the world to dissect or judge before they are ready. Protecting your vision, your financial independence, your boundaries, and your past is not secrecy, it is strength. It is your way of declaring that you are in control of your life, your choices, and your destiny.